Good morning, everyone. I'm David Paul. I'm the Managing Director of VectorVest in the UK. And I want to try and answer the question, has the pullback in equities, in fact, ended? If we have a look at the first slide, that's the VectorVest composite of the UK market, a composite indicator of all 2,200 shares that we follow in the UK. It's a mixed situation this morning. The longer-term trend of the UK market is still down, but the short-term trend has turned up and turned up with some momentum. As you can see, the market has broken that down-sloping trend line. So aggressive traders, more aggressive traders should be, in fact, sticking their toes into the water. More conservative position traders will be waiting for a day or two yet for confirmation. And on VectorVest, when you see one of those little green triangles being printed, that will tell us that the long-term trend has turned up. In the US, we've got a better situation in that the longer-term trend has already turned up, and the US has been, in fact, moving up very strongly over the last couple of days in advance of the turn in the UK market. So it looks to me as if this pullback is over and that we're going to see a strong move over the next week or two. Time will tell. The S&P 500, a very well followed barometer of the American market, the top 500 stocks by market cap, has made its first rising bottom, and it's confirmed that yesterday by closing above the previous swing high. That swing high I marked with that horizontal blue line. The short-term trend of the VectorVest composite is up, as marked by that green triangle. So in the US, all the measures of market timing on VectorVest are actually saying that there's a new run on its way. Let's hope so. So what to buy? Well, JD Sports is a share, a local London share with impeccable growth fundamentals. As you can see, it pulled back to the last old high, and that last old high is just a tad under £10. And those of you that are technicians were able to see the hammer candle pattern with a long tail where it was accumulated strongly at that point. It's trading a flag pattern, and those of again who are technicians should see the 5 waves within the flag. And it looks to me as if that's just about to break upwards with the market. So that looks good. I have a position in it from last March, from the COVID low, which I've added to once along the way, and I intend to add to it again in the next day or two, probably Monday. KickTech, I've also got a position in KickTech, growing earnings strongly. As you can see, the green line tells us that it's significantly undervalued. It's pulled back to a last old top, and it was accumulated strongly there the day before yesterday. So that looks as if it's got legs. Volax again, the same thing. The blue line study showing earnings per share growing strongly. The share is pulled back in 3 waves to an old top, found support there, moving up. It's on a buy recommendation on VectorVest. That's certainly something that looks very interesting. Polar Capital Holdings, I've been looking at this now for the last month. Again, it's pulled back, pretty much everything pulled back in the as the general market was pulling back. That started on the 8th of September. I think that's pretty much over. Polar Capital Holdings is still on a sell recommendation on VectorVest, so there's a little bit of time to wait for that recommendation to turn. The MACD indicator that I've shown there at the bottom of the chart is showing a very strong reverse divergence, a formation that some traders refer to as a slingshot. So both technically and fundamentally, Polar Capital Holdings looks good. Just needs to confirm the turn a little bit more. Sylvania is a share, platinum share. Again, growing earnings very strongly. It's awash with cash, this company. It pays a dividend yield of 4. It's got an earnings yield of something like 20. So the dividend more than covered many times over by the earnings yield. It's pulled back with the platinum price and the general market, but the platinum price seems to have bottomed out with the rest of the commodities and it's moved up strongly over the last couple of days. I bought some of them yesterday morning at about 103 odd. Yeah, that looks to me as if that's got legs up to the old high and certainly beyond the old high. And finally, Jubilee Metals. This is a mixture of platinum and copper. And earnings growing very strongly indeed from a negative base, significantly undervalued, and has pulled back. And looks to me, as you can see, it actually broke and then come back and kissed. And it looks to me as if it's well on its way. It's up, I think, 5 or 6% this morning. And looks to me, based on that deal they've just done in Zambia with fairly cheap copper production, that if the copper price keeps doing what I think it's going to do, then that share should make new highs relatively soon. So in the UK, longer term trend of the market is still down. Conservative people should sit and wait for another day or two for confirmation. Short term trend has moved up and moving up quite aggressively, and aggressive traders who can manage risk should in fact be getting their toes into the market. So I hope you found that useful. Thanks very much.